Hey guys, it's Sarah from Sarah's Theories, and today, guys, I know it's been a long day, but today I'm going to talk about my very own famous TV show that I love more than anything, Doctor Who. Now, I know you've all probably wondering why Doctor Who. I mean, yeah, it's a good TV show, but there are many questions that have gone unanswered, and I think we should ask them and answer them today. So, be warned, guys, this will be like an hour-long time stream. Sorry, I mean hour-long video. So, yeah, I hope you all are ready to talk about the infamous Doctor. So, really, what we're going to talk about today is basically questions that have gone unanswered, like who River Song is, why the Doctor's generation, the 13 generations basically come out now, and basically we're just going to talk about the 21st century, the 9th through 12th Doctors, where I haven't really watched anything about the other Doctors, so I can't really say much for them, but we're going to talk about basically the Doctor's sonic screwdriver, why it's kind of useless at times, and many other things. So, yeah, we're going to talk about the companions as well as the Doctor's world and the Master and many other things about the entire TV show today. So, yeah, let's dive on in, guys. So, if you all have any questions that you want me to ask about the Doctor or any other questions you have about Doctor Who in general, just put them in live chat, or if you can't like leave your thoughts in the chat, then put your thoughts down in the comment section below. So yeah, let's begin, guys. Let's not waste any time. Let's go begin. Be warned, this will be well, it will be a long time, so it'll be like almost an hour and a half, I guess. So it depends on how long I talk, guys. But let's just get into the magic. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is basically the Doctors themselves. The Doctors are all mysterious people we all want to know about. All 13 of them. And yes, there are 13 Doctors, and you probably thought there were only like 11 or 12. But yes, there's 13 in all. But let's just go back to the regenerations. The regeneration cycle kind of makes no sense whatsoever. If you guys have ever watched the TV show, you would know you would count from all 13 Doctors. But there's only 12, you're saying. Well, that's basically wrong, guys. There's actually only 12 Doctors when there are 13 regenerations. You're probably wondering, if there are 13 generations, then why did the Doctor not regenerate during Matt Smith's era before the last time we see the 11th Doctor? Good question, guys, and I will answer them for you. Now, you probably don't know, but if you ever seen The Day of the Doctor, well, then you all probably would know this answer. But the War Doctor was actually the first regeneration of the Doctor. So he counts as a Doctor in general, but he doesn't count himself as a Doctor because he says so in The Day of the Doctor. But there have been many theories about how the War Doctor is basically the Doctor, but a regenerated version. So technically, there would have been 12 when Matt Smith was around, but the War Doctor doesn't count himself as the Doctor, but he is one of the regenerations. Now, you're probably wondering, yes, there are 12 Doctors, but there were 13 regenerations. And you're probably wondering, yes, there's another problem. The 10th Doctor avoided a regeneration by, I don't know, it's just like, how you put it? He basically dodged it like a bullet. But probably gave it to his hand, which gave him another person, another version of him, but humanoid version plus Time Lord. So, yeah, you could basically just say that all throughout history, you could just say that, well, the Doctor was he kind of avoided that one. But yeah, the 10th Doctor avoided you could say 12th regeneration. So, yeah, and that's why during Mass Myth era, you could not really say, people were questioning the regeneration cycle. But besides the regeneration cycle and the regenerations in general, why did the Doctor get 13 more lives and yet we get only 1 life? Well, I can't really judge the Doctor because he's an alien from another world, and who knows how long their lifespan is. But I know you're probably wondering something in particular, the companions for that matter. But we're going to get to that, guys. Well, first of all, the Doctor really has a thing for girl companions mostly. And you know when the Dream Lord says the old man prefers the company of younger women, of younger people? Well, that can be arranged, guys. Now let's talk about the companions in general. All of them seem to be female. The only men companions I can tell are Mickey, Rory, and Captain Jack Harkness, who doesn't really count as a companion because I don't think he was even around half the time. But I could not tell because the 9th Doctor, well, he's only around for only 1 season and I barely know anything about him, so can't really talk much about him. So, yeah. So, the Doctor, really. The companions are fairly mostly women. Well, technically they kind of are all women. But the Doctor, I guess he prefers the company of the young women. But I never really questioned much of the companions, of the women in the Doctor Who universe, especially the female companions. But then I questioned Amelia Pond. Like, she was a little girl at the time. And yes, she was young. And she was the first face the Doctor ever saw. And she was sealed onto his heart. And yes, you could say that him coming back for her and actually liking her and actually coming back for her and actually taking her to travel the universe with him would have been amazing. But then again, he promised he'd be back in 5 minutes, and yet he came back 12 years later, and she is probably 19 years old. According to the Doctor, she was 7. So 12 years later, she's a young woman, and I think he pretended to be shocked. This is the problem I have with the Doctor in general, that he actually was shocked that Amelia was older and that she was a grown woman now. But I don't think he was really that shocked. I mean, the Doctor really prefers the company of older women who are like grown-ups and can go wherever they want, do whatever they please, and all that stuff, and they won't be missed by anybody. If only you could find a companion who won't miss home, won't have anybody who misses them, and not have anything better to do with their lives than travel the universe of space and time. So, yeah, that's probably not going to happen for a while, guys. But I'm waiting for the 13th Doctor, who I've seen many pictures of, but thankfully I will basically say a few things about the 13th Doctor as well, than what I can see. Yeah, but besides the companions, we're gonna talk about them. The first companion I can talk about is Rose Tyler. Why is she around with the 10th Doctor for 2 seasons, but yet we only see her one more time again in Journey's End and The Stolen Earth. And we also see her on the Day of the Doctor, but she's around, but she's not that much around. So, yeah, you could say that Rose Tyler has a destiny with the Doctor, more than you can imagine. And why is she the only companion that he ever actually ends up falling for? But yet, he never fell for any other companions. And even though I don't not like Rose Tyler, she's really adventurous, she's strong, she's brave, she's tough, and yeah, her departure to be forced to leave the Doctor when she didn't really have a choice. Well, technically she had a choice. She could have actually held on to that, whatever it was. I think it was a lever? Yeah. And she was lost in another world, and she couldn't get back to him. So, yeah, that one was kind of sad. But Rose Tyler was around too long. But I guess you can't really judge somebody. She was only around for one of the 10th Doctor and one of the 9th. So, yeah. And she was probably the only 9th Doctor's companion. And as for, well, okay. And as for, well, fighting skills, I'd say that she'd give her a 10. But let's talk about the next companion to the Doctor. After Rose's departure, of course, the Doctor had another companion, and we'll talk about her. But there was also another companion that was in there first, but we won't see her for another season. The next one is actually Martha Jones, a young girl who is a doctor in training, and she ends up traveling with the Doctor on accident, and because he asked her to. And even though she's falling in love with the Doctor, well, can't say the same for him. So, really, you could actually say that the Doctor really doesn't, he only has eyes for Rose, and I don't know why, but that's just why it is. But Martha actually is more of a stronger girl than you can imagine, because we see that she end up fighting for the Doctor and even defending him. We even see her actually try to bring him back when he's like turned into a human. And apparently being a human, turning a Time Lord into a human is incredibly painful, but we'll talk about that later, guys. So really, my only problem is that Martha didn't stay around for a very long time. Yeah, we see her in Journey's End. We basically see almost all the companions in Journey's End in the Stolen Planet. So, Stolen Earth, guys. I'm sorry, I get my episodes messed up. So, yeah. The only problem is Martha was around for only one season. I think we did see her in one other, during Rose Tyler's time, but didn't she die? Well, I don't know how that works. Maybe she has a doppelganger out there somewhere. We all have, like, maybe 5 doubles out there somewhere. But I can't really judge that because my mom is actually one of those doubles. I look just like her when she was a kid. But that's private, guys. I'm sorry I'm telling you this. So, yeah, I'm kind of upset Martha was not around for... Yeah, we see her at the last minute. Like, she's... Before the Doctor, like, has to say goodbye and regenerate. Yeah, we do see her one last time, but... really, I was kind of upset that she was around for only one season. But the next companion actually would have been around much longer if this wouldn't happen. But the next companion is actually Donna Noble. She was around in season 4, and after like Martha like willingly left the Doctor. But Donna is a different case. She is very strong. She has 0 feelings for the Doctor. They're just friends. And she actually met him on accident, which would have never actually happened if some coincidence. You guys have to go watch the TV show to know what I'm talking about. If any of you have never watched Doctor Who in the first place, I recommend go watching the show and some of the episodes from 10 through 11 and maybe 12, maybe even 9 if you can, and see if and when you get done, come back and watch this video. But let's continue, guys. Donna Noble really is one of my favorite companions. Not because she's this funny Scottish girl that I think is so amazing. But you can call her British. I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm sorry. Well, if you all think that Donna was probably a best companion, she should have stuck around more. But because of something that she did to save not only mankind, but also destroy the Daleks. And because of that little action, she ended up, like, killing herself on the inside, I guess you can call it that. Well, she actually ended up, her brain was filled with, like, this Time Lord brain memories, I think. And, she was dying, so the Doctor had to erase all her memories of him with her. And that was really the sad part, that Donna was only around for season 4. And we never saw her again. I guess the Doctor forgot all about her after he regenerated. But speaking of the Doctor, let's talk first about we'll talk about the other companions when we get to the 11th Doctor's era. Let's talk about the 10th Doctor. Now, David Tennant wasn't such a bad choice for Doctor Who. I mean, he's funny, he's charismatic, he's so cute, and he's one of the fangirl favorites. If you all out there love David Tennant, hashtag David Tennant is cool. So, yeah, I liked the 10th Doctor even more. Yeah, he was this kooky, crazy man, but he also took things somewhat seriously sometimes, especially when it came to a showdown. He always put on that strange face of anger, like, that's the anger of a Time Lord. Like, I think Time Lords have a big temper, and, well, some things can take him off, but technically the Doctor is a madman, so probably anything can take him off, so, yeah. But I kind of like the style of their outfits. Like, it shows how cool they are. Like, for David Tennant, yes, he did wear a suit and that long brown trench coat. But, he did wear, like, a t-shirt almost. Because the Doctor usually, nowadays, for the Doctor, he usually sometimes wears casual. And sometimes he actually looks like he's so sophisticated and all that stuff. It's just like the whole suit thing. Like, the 10th Doctor still wears a suit, but he tries to look casual underneath. So yeah, I don't have a problem with their outfits at all. Like, the 10th Doctor's outfit was amazing, and he was so cool and chill and all the time, trying to be funny, trying to be cool, but he also was making us laugh while trying to handle saving the world and trying to actually be cool. And yeah, I love the 10th Doctor. The only problem I had with the 10th Doctor was that even though he was around a long time, I'd say that him having, like, nobody to ever, like, hang out with besides thinking about just Rose, I don't think that was pretty darn good. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm sorry, I'm just babbling. But, yeah. I'd say that David Tennant stuck around a long time. I loved his, I don't know about you guys, but I loved when his end came. Like, his regeneration, the music, all that stuff was amazing. I love the fact that, like, I loved his little death scene. Like, saying, I don't want to go, which was really the most iconic thing the most iconic words you can ever hear in any TV show or movie. And that is basically the words that you're going to put, like, on a meme or a poster. And I can only imagine, like, putting that on a poster someday. But besides the 10th Doctor, besides David Tennant actually being a good 10th Doctor, I thought that his regeneration was amazing. And him coming back for Day of the Doctor was a major mind blown for me. When I watched the 77-minute special, I loved it, how both the 11th and 10th Doctor reacted to each other, how they were looking at each other and how they were acting, how they wanted to know what's going to happen to them in the past and the future. And yeah, it's just so amazing how all two fangirl favorites meet and are literally awestruck with each other. But let's skip all the way into the 11th Doctor's era. Now that we're done with the 10th Doctor, we'll come back to him eventually. But let's get into the 11th Doctor's era, or should I say Matt Smith's era. Now, the reveal who was going to be the next Doctor at the end of the episode for David Tennant was Matt Smith. He was even younger than even David Tennant. So, yeah. And the one thing I liked about Matt Smith is that not only was he a cute and young and handsome doctor, even younger than probably Tom Baker's character. Yeah, I only watched like one episode maybe of the older Doctor Who. So, yeah, you could say that Matt Smith was a really good doctor. Yeah, he was funny and he was hilarious. He made me laugh. And I don't know about you guys, but he was my favorite doctor besides David Tennant, who he would have come in second place. And I'd say Matt Smith comes in first place because literally I have his poster all over my walls, you guys. So I really think that he was probably the best doctor that I could ever wish for. And yeah, even though his time around us was like 3 seasons short, just like David Tennant's time, 3 seasons, I guess that's the limit for how long you can stay on Doctor Who. 3 seasons and you're done. That's your contract. But I don't know how that works, but I guess that's how it works. Well, I could say the 11th Doctor was funny at the same time, very serious, sometimes doing things he wasn't supposed to be doing, messing up a few times. But the one thing I just did not like was that his death scene was not what I wanted. Yeah, sure, I, like every other person who wanted Matt Smith to stay around a lot longer, well, I'm sorry, guys. He's not coming back. And I'm pretty sure the Doctor can regenerate into the same person he was before. That would be ridiculous. And mostly it would defeat the purpose of the entire Time Lord regeneration cycle, now would it? But besides, even though Matt Smith's never coming back, I am still happy that he was around. Anyway. But yeah, let's get to his life. Besides the 11th Doctor being the cool doctor he is, I love the fact that he just said his catchphrase. I can imagine that all the doctors have one little catchphrase they always say, either all the time in their entire season that they're there, or literally just say it like close to the 3rd or 2nd season that they're in. So, yeah. He literally says Geronimo, and I'm like awestruck that he even said that. Like I watched Doctor Who in my science class when I was in my senior year of high school. So yeah, that was the first time I ever watched a TV show. At first I wasn't interested in this TV show at all, but then I started getting interested. And guys, if you ever watch like Studio 4 people, and you watch their Five Nights at Freddy's videos, you might find a hidden TARDIS in there. A few hidden TARDISes in their Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So if you all see a hidden TARDIS in that movie, tell me how many TARDISes you found in there and leave it down in the comment section below when this video is finished. Okay, guys? Thank you. So let's talk about his companions. Now, there's one problem I did not like about Matt Smith's era, and that was the companions. Or should I say companion. Besides, even though Amy Pond was a really good companion, yeah, she was probably the toughest, and her departure, and her and Rory's departure was, yeah, it was sad, but I think that in words that I can't describe, it's that Amy and Rory were around too longer than a companion can be around. And, well, from what I can see, I don't really like the fact that Amy and Rory stuck around for 3.5 seasons. 3.5 of the 3 seasons that Matt Smith was around for that long. And I don't think that it was really cool, because usually, from what we can see from the 9th and the 10th Doctor, they have different friends, different companions, even people they meet. So that would really defeat the purpose of having just one companion with their husband literally traveling time and space with you. That was the only thing I didn't like. And they didn't show another companion until the last season. And that was only a short time. Like, if you're going to show, at least give them a whole season. But still, Amy and Rory stuck around for an entire season. Probably because they didn't get stuck somewhere. They didn't they weren't forced to leave, and they didn't leave out of their own free will, even though they could have. But the Doctor kept coming back for them. Probably because, well, this is only my opinion, guys. When Amy and Roy and the Doctor first met, well, he said that Amy was sealed into his heart forever. So I guess when he first saw her, that he's never going to forget about her, and he's never going to forget about her or Rory or anybody. So he's never going to forget those two. So that's why he keeps on coming back. That's just my opinion, guys. That's what I think. That the Doctor, when he first saw them, that when he first sees somebody that he doesn't even know, he's literally never going to leave them alone. So, yeah, you can say whatever you want about how the companion stuff works, but I think that Amy and Roy stuck around way too long. Speaking of Amy and Roy, there's another theory I have about these two and about the Doctor in general, but we're going to get to that in a bit. We're going to talk about other characters like Amy and Roy's daughter. So, yeah. But first, let's talk about the Doctor Who companions who were around for the 11th Doctor. And we'll probably go into the next Doctor. But, yeah, Amy and Roy stuck around way too long. Of course, they finally left after being killed or taken away back in time by the Weeping Angels. Yeah, I can think this was the first 21st century Doctor Who companion death. Because the Doctor dies almost all the time because he puts himself in situations that get him killed. So, and I can't blame him. I don't blame him for saving the world and all, but I really think that he should be more careful what kind of situation he puts himself in. That could literally lead to his death. But Amy and Rory's death really took a toll on him, because remember what I said about them being sealed into his heart and how much he's never going to leave them alone? When they died, he literally quit saving the world. That's how serious his companionship, or should I say friendship, with Amy and Rory was. Especially Amy. So, really, if you're gonna just if the Doctor's gonna really quit saving worlds and people, all because he lost two friends he loved the most, yeah, that's how serious a friendship is to people, especially him. But the next companion actually is Clara Oswald, who appeared 3 times during season 7, and yeah, she's like one of those people who die, and then they appear in a different time period, different place, and they keep showing up, trying to save people. And they end up dying in the process. She's one of those people. Oh, yay. Yeah, she's like somebody I just knew from another movie, but I'll probably not remember that. So, yeah, Clara was one of the toughest girls I can ever meet during Matt Smith's era. And even though she was around for only a few episodes, and that's kind of sad that I wish that she was around more with the 11th Doctor. Amy and Rory could have died midway season 6, but no. They had to stay around for season 7.5. And then you had to bring in Clara. And of course, Clara obviously stayed with the Doctor for longer than this, leading up into the 12th Doctor. But, I would have really liked her to be more with, the 11th Doctor, because they seem to get along quite well. But we're going to get to my theories about the entirety of the freaking TV show. So, yeah, guys. We're only 28 minutes in, so, yeah, we're going to talk more about, basically, the clothes, the sonic screwdriver, why it's useless, and how that TARDIS of the Doctor's, can be stolen easily and actually be used against him. Okay, guys, so I'm only going to go up to 11 because I really don't have anything else on the 12th Doctor, but I've only watched one of Peter Capaldi's episodes, and I did not like it. So, I'm sorry, guys, for talking just up from 9 to 11. So, yeah, sorry I couldn't catch up on 12. But, yeah, let's talk about the theories that I have about 9 through 11 at least. So, my first problem is first of all, I'm going to talk about, the the nicknames and all these catchphrases. Now, the nicknames for all the for half some of the companions are kind of accurate, like the Dr. Donna, Bad Wolf, or Rose Tyler. I don't know what Martha Jones's is. I guess it was something had to do with her being brave and all that stuff. There was the girl who waited for Amy Pond and the impossible girl for Clara Oswald. So yeah, the catchphrases kind of match up to what I mean, what they actually say, and what they actually did, and how Rose was a bad girl, yes, and she was part wolf according to one episode I saw. And the Dr. Donna, well, I guess what they mean by that is that, well, Donna is part of the Doctor. She's half of the Doctor, and she's part human and part Time Lord. So, yeah, I think that's what they mean by Dr. Donna, as in the Doctor and Donna mashed together. See? So, yeah, that one wasn't really that hard. The girl who waited, well, Amelia did wait a long time, and true, yes, she did wait for the Doctor a long time through almost all the seasons for the Doctor. True. And, yeah, so hers is not really that complicated either. Now, for Clara, the impossible girl, you could really say that, they really didn't call her the impossible girl because she's impossible to die or to kill. Well, she's not impossible to kill. She's like a normal person, but she's around for the Doctor all the time. Apparently we found out that in the last episode that Clara she jumped to the Doctor's time stream and literally created copies of herself to save the Doctor. And they were all there for no reason whatsoever, just to save him. And yeah, because she was called the Impossible Girl, because the Doctor probably thought she was impossible to die, that she never really died. She just came back over and over again just to come and save him. Eventually, Clara will leave the Doctor, but yeah, she was always there for him and always there to save him. So, yeah, there's nothing really bad about Clara. I like that she's the impossible girl, because she saved the Doctor almost all the time. And there's somebody else, oh yeah, River Song, who's meant to kill the Doctor. Now, there's so many things I have a problem with River Song about. She only shows up during the 11th Doctor's time, and the 10th Doctor, we only see her in one episode, made that 2 episodes, and, well, if you count both, they're basically one full episode. And we barely know anything about her other than she's Rory and Amy's child, which I digress. I really have a problem with that. But, we'll talk about that in a minute. So, River Song basically just shows up for no reason. She's, of course, the Doctor's wife, and even though there's claims that the TARDIS is actually the Doctor's wife because he spends a lot of time with her. So, yeah. And the Doctor's had many other kids. Like, he said he's been a parent before. I know this because he had a granddaughter, and I think he had a daughter and her husband. So, yeah, I think that's why he's a father. Well, he was a father once. And we've seen the Doctor's daughter in one episode with, like, in season 4, that the Doctor has, like, a daughter that apparently grows really, really fast. So, yeah, that's no surprise to me that he has probably kids all over the world. So, yeah, besides that being a problem, River Song is really the problem I don't like. I prefer that she didn't show up as many times as she did. Like, I think she showed up in an 80s version of Doctor Who. Like, she can travel to the Doctor's time stream and be with him whenever she wants to. Any version of him. But I just don't think that she was worth it. Well, River Song, yeah, she's a tough girl that you know her to be. She's the Doctor's wife, and that she's always protective of her Doctor. And yeah, these two get along very, very well, but sometimes they don't. I would like to see less of her in other future episodes, even though she does probably show up in Capaldi's time. So, that's not going to be a problem. But there's actually one thing that I've wanted answers to for a very long time. Who is Riversong really Amy and Rory's daughter? Like, okay, guys, I know what you're probably thinking. Riversong, yes, she's Amy and Rory's child, but if we really look at this correctly, I think that Riversong is the Doctor's real daughter. And you're probably saying to yourselves right now, oh my gosh, no, Sarah, she's not. She's Amy and Rory's child. They said it in the TV show. Right, but there's actually one thing that can actually confirm my theory for me. Okay, if you all see before the Vampires of Emmons episode, we see the Doctor and Amy go back to her home because she's asking him to go home. And what happens next is Amy basically tells the Doctor that she wants to sleep with him for one night only, guys. And that's weird. Like, I know that's seduced, but the Doctor's really not trying to put his hands on her, because I guess he never put his hands on the woman because basically women put themselves on him, but he doesn't want to touch them unless he wants to, or he wants them to, or basically if he gets permission from a woman. So basically he's respecting a woman's privacy and a woman's body for that matter. So I respect, props to him about that. So yeah, Amy's trying to seduce the Doctor, but the Doctor's literally trying to either push her off, but not trying to be rude about it. So yeah, you could say the Doctor does not have any interest in sleeping with his own friend. She was just a kid, like, almost many episodes ago, and yet now she's literally had probably romantic fantasies about the Doctor. So that's no shocker. But the one thing that actually caught me by surprise was that literally the Doctor says he needs to get Amy straightened out, and he's literally pulls Amy off the bed, puts her in the TARDIS, and she's like, oh, Doctor. And he pushes her in, looks at the clock, and then he goes in TARDIS as well. But what happens? That's the real question, guys. What happened in that TARDIS that we don't see on screen? Because for all we know, I think, guys, that the Doctor and Amy did sleep together. If the time is right, you have to strike. So basically, I think the Doctor and Amy basically did it together. Because technically he could have been lying to Rory. In the next episode, we see that he tells Rory the worst thing you could say in front of all of his friends who look tough and brave enough to kick your butt. She tried to kiss me. Your fiance tried to kiss me, and that you're lucky she's a great kisser. What does that mean? It could mean, yes, she did put her lips on you, but did you kiss her back? Because he could have been lying to Rory when he asked the Doctor that. He asks the Doctor, well, did you kiss her back? And he says no. But technically, the Doctor could be lying to Rory. For what I can think, guys, is that the Doctor and Amy were together in the TARDIS having sexual intercourse. So, yeah, but then again, how do you guys are probably thinking, how do you know this? Why would you think that? Because if you line up the times right, from what I can see and what I can do, it's that, well, the Doctor could have technically been lying to Roy. He could have been saying that he didn't kiss Amy and that there was nothing going on between them. But we don't know what happened in that TARDIS, so really you can't confirm my theory for me. But there's only one way to find out that this theory could be true. And that's by going through the times and actually finding out something about this theory that I have. For one thing, the Doctor says that Amy's a good kisser. And he's smiling about it. That could actually show that he did do something with Amy in that TARDIS. That's one way you could tell. But here's another thing. If they did, so Amy was, okay, throughout the entirety of Season 6, guys, if you've ever seen Season 6, Amy is not the Amy that you see before you is actually a doppelganger of her real self. She was already taken to Demon's Run by the Silence. So basically throughout the entirety of Season 7, beginning in the first episode, Amy is a doppelganger of herself. She's a fleshy version of her. So yeah, she only thinks that she's real, but she's not. So we know that in Season 5, in basically the wedding scene on their honeymoon, Amy had to be taken away on the TARDIS. So there had to be a reason. So, okay guys, here's what I think. If you look at the times between basically what happened in the episode before the Vampires of Venice with the Weeping Angels, then, and you take it all the way through the rest of Season 5, Amy could have been pregnant. Now you're probably wondering, wait, didn't Rory shoot her in that episode where basically the universe ended? Yes, technically Rory did shoot her. But we don't know how Time Lord babies work, and we don't know how fast they can be made. Amy could not have been pregnant at the time, but she could have actually been pregnant. But the baby could have, you don't know if he hit the baby or what. So that is another thing that could actually confirm that Amy was with the Doctor's child. But the most important one is basically in Demon's Run, when Madame Cavari literally tells the Doctor, or no, it was actually Strax and someone else. I can't remember her name, but they literally tell the Doctor that Melody Pond, or River Song, the baby, is basically half Time Lord and half human. So I don't know how Time Lord babies are made. The Doctor obviously doesn't have a child. Well, he has children, but he doesn't have a baby. So we don't really know. And why is River Song obsessed with the Doctor? Probably because they tell her about him, and that makes her think that she's in love with him. But the Doctor doesn't know that Amy could possibly be pregnant with his child. So, yeah. But most of all, she's half Time Lord. Why else would she be able to regenerate? Of course, she's not going to get the two hearts part. And probably, if she's half human, if you go back to Donna's little thing, she was part Time Lord through the Doctor's best part, through the brain. And she was human in, full version. Now, for River Song, she gets the regenerations. But she's still human. So she doesn't get the two hearts thing, but she's also get the smarty pants part because she knows what she's doing half the time. So yeah, and she also gets up her regenerations for the man she loves, who she thinks she loves. So yeah, that makes her kind of human as well. But most of all, you know how I know that the Doctor is River Song's father? Is because Amy tells the Doctor first she's pregnant. You gotta tell the father first before you tell anybody else that you're pregnant. So obviously, Amy and the Doctor, River Song is the Doctor's daughter. So that basically I think that confirms my theory, guys. You can think whatever you want that River Song is Amy and Rory's child. Yes, yes, yes. But there's also possibility, a reason that maybe, just maybe, River Song is the Doctor's daughter. But the Doctor River Song probably doesn't know. She thinks her father is Rory. And Rory could not be the father. If you put them all on Dr. Phil, we could probably figure this out really fast, guys. So, yeah. But River Song doesn't know that that the Doctor could be her father. And the Doctor probably doesn't, he knows that Amy told him that he was pregnant, but yeah, he could assume the worst, that maybe she tells him because they're friends. Of course, that's what Amy tells him that she told him. But also, well, you could say that the Doctor doesn't really know that Amy is his child. If she was, then she would have told him. Yeah, she told him she was pregnant, but she didn't tell him anything about her being pregnant with his child. So we'll probably never know what happened in that TARDIS in the first place. But yeah, that's what I think. I think the River Song is actually the Doctor's daughter. And something else about River Song actually doesn't make any sense. She actually did say, we do see one time River Song says that one day she'll look into the Doctor's eyes and he won't even know who she is or why she's here. And that actually happened before in David Tennant's time, that the last time she saw the Doctor was when he was in his last regeneration as the 10th Doctor. Because when she looked into his eyes and he didn't even know who she was. So yeah, guys, that's basically anything about River Song. Now let's get into the Doctor's little items that he basically carries around with him. He has psychic paper, a sonic screwdriver, and a TARDIS. Let's talk about how the TARDIS can be stolen very easily. So guys, I know you've never seen a police public call box. I've never been to London either, so I wouldn't really know. I think they have them around here in America as well, but I can't really confirm that because I wasn't born until 1999. So, yeah. Back then, I guess now a TARDIS is easily to be stolen, especially if it's the most powerful object in the world. If you look back for the Master, he basically stole the TARDIS away from the Doctor and left him and his friends stranded. And this was during the season 3. So, really, I think that the TARDIS is too dangerous to be left lying around. Doctor, seriously, you just had to leave your TARDIS, like, lying around for no reason whatsoever. But I guess that's something that he was doing. But I can't judge the Doctor for leaving his TARDIS laying around on random streets. Seriously. He left it on the Titanic for 1 minute and it literally floated away to Earth. And that's a big mistake, that you just lose your ship 5 seconds after you just run into danger. That's kind of ridiculous. But, yeah, the TARDIS is a little bit too dangerous to be left lying around, especially if you lose it that easily and you'll never find it until you, like, travel all the way to different parts of the world. So, yeah. I don't really think that, the Doctor should leave the TARDIS lying around. He literally says it's the most powerful item in the universe, that if it falls into the wrong hands, chaos will be issued around basically the entire universe and the world. With humans having the ability to change time, go through time and change things, that would be the most dangerous thing ever. And yet you just leave the TARDIS lying around. Well, he is a Time Lord, but he's not that smarter than he looks. But sure, he's not as smart as he looks, but what can you say? He's a madman with a box. So, and I got a reason why the TARDIS is like a police public call box. It got stuck that way apparently. So, yeah, that's pretty nice. It's like in the shape of a real box. If you put it, if you guys look like my thumbnail of the TARDIS in space, it looks like you can just hold it in your hands, and that'd be pretty cool. I wish they had one of these, like, just lying around in the middle of the street. But also, I think that really I would like to play a prank on people and basically make my own TARDIS, dress up like Doctor Who, and actually make it look like I am a Time Lord from outer space. How I'm going to affect the 2 Heart thing, I have no idea. But yeah, I don't think you should leave like a powerful time machine lying around. But what's the point? I think there is a point to leaving it around, because I think the Doctor knows what he's doing, because he's about to call me out. I'm serious. Because, well, the only reason he leaves it lying around, he doesn't care that much that people are literally walking by it and they can literally steal it any time, is because he knows nobody can drive it but him. So that theory basically just went out the door. and flushed down the toilet. But besides the Doctor's TARDIS, which is powerful enough, but even if you have like a Time Lord out there, like the Master, thank you, Doctor, basically knowing how to drive that thing and stealing it and manipulating time and space, you're totally screwed over. Especially since you're a madman now, a madman with a box, but you have no box now. So, yeah, that's basically what I have to say about the TARDIS. Now, the psychic paper is nothing really much to talk about, other than it can get you into places and all that stuff. But let's talk about how the sonic screwdriver is kind of useless. That's what I should name the entirety of the entire episode and the video. How the sonic screwdriver is useless. Technically, the sonic screwdriver, yes, it can help be in very, very good situations, but it also, like, is useless in some situations. Like, if you ever see the Daleks, like, in Manhattan, like, they take Manhattan and all that stuff, and the Doctor's trying to unscrew this giant panel, it's so damn slow, it's so horrifyingly to look at, that I just don't like it that much. Like, the sonic screwdriver, I know it looks cool and all that stuff. It makes all these sonic sounds and noises. And technically, it kind of looks like a screwdriver. But we'll talk about the design later. First, we're going to talk about how it's basically kind of useless in times of Jeopardy. Like, how does it shoot lasers or something like that? The Master sonic screwdriver, or you can call it that, sonic laser to be exact, it actually shoots actual lasers and can change the Time Lord's little body. Sorry. But yeah, I don't think the sonic screwdriver is really useful in many things. It looks cool that the Doctor actually has it. I don't even know how the sonic screwdriver works. I bet you can, like, literally open doors with it, lock doors permanently. The only thing it can't be used for is, like, on wood. And it can't be used on wood or deadlocks or all that stuff like that. And as in the words of somebody who once said the sonic screwdriver was, well, in the words of basically one of the companions of the Doctor, the sonic screwdriver is rubbish. And I'm sorry, guys. I know you all probably out there bought your own sonic screwdriver. I plan on buying my own if I ever dress up like Doctor Who for Halloween, or just plan on pranking somebody because I want to. I think that, really, the sonic screwdriver just, yeah, it's looking cool and all that stuff, and it's got those cooling settings, and yeah, it can be useful in many situations to, like, break lights, even if you put two of them together. Fact, guys, if you put two sonic screwdrivers together, and at the same frequency, and basically, like, the same thing, you basically get a giant sonic wave that shoots around the entirety of the entire building or street or whatever, and it can break glass. If you all didn't know, sonic waves break glass, so that's something that you should do. But it also has cool lights, amazing noises, and yeah, it's also good for unscrewing screws as well, unlocking doors and all that stuff. But I don't know, guys, what do you think? Do you think the sonic screwdriver is useless at times, and that it cannot be used to, like, stop a bullet? What can it do? Stop a bullet? Can it, stop lasers from shooting? Can it, bring someone back to life? Can it defend you with a shield? No! That's all thing the TARDIS is. That's all thing the TARDIS has. And really, I think that the TARDIS has more equipment and more, well, protection than a sonic screwdriver ever has. And yes, it's good for a flashlight, but it's not good to have that in a situation. Like, Wonder Woman can stop bullets with her bracelets, her silver bracelets. Superman can literally stop an entire missile with just his bare chest. The sonic screwdriver is basically kind of useless at times. And I'm not to blame Doctor Who for trying, but I don't think, from what I've seen from the Time War and other clips, that, no Time Lord besides him can carry a sonic screwdriver. So, why? I will never know. But besides all the world he saved, there's one thing also I want to talk about, you guys. do you think Superman and Doctor Who are in the same universe? Because if so, Superman should be around. But if he is around, then there's no need for the Doctor, because Superman can defend Earth better than Doctor Who. Only because, well, the Doctor is kind of useless. He only comes with a little bit plan. Superman, yes, he can stop any threat. But I don't think that Doctor Who and Superman are in the same universe. But I do have one comparison they have in common. They both kind of have the same origin story. They both grew up on a different planet than Earth, an alien world, Krypton, Gallifrey. I'll talk about Gallifrey in a minute, guys. They both were basically caught up in the explosion of losing both their planets. They're both defenders of Earth, and they both kind of have powers, if you call having a time machine having power. Well, yeah. But they both, like, have different friends, different people that they care about, and they all have one place they want to protect. England. Huh! So, and Metropolis. But the only thing that's different is that Clark Kent, Superman basically was a baby, and his people, because of their stupidity, blew up their own world. And their stupidity blew up their own world. And he survived. He didn't have anything to do with it. He was just a baby when he left. As for the Doctor, he blew up his own world because of his people's stupidity. So, yeah, that's the difference. One blew up a world, the other one was trying to escape it. Escape the calamity. So, yeah, that's basically what I have to talk about the Sonic Screwdriver and the Doctor in general. But let's actually talk about Gallifrey in general. Now, I know we don't see much of the Doctor's home world, even though he talks about it, but we can only imagine. We've only seen like a few shots of Arcadia, and the rest of Gallifrey, we never see much of it. Yeah, we see it when it's in perfect condition. Then we see it during parts of the Time War. And, yeah, we see the people on it. But there's only one thing I don't like. It's that, we don't see much of Gallifrey. We don't know anything about Time Lords. Are their powers bigger than ever? Like, there's no way the Doctor can be the only Time Lord in existence. Besides, the Master, who ends up dying instead of actually... He said he'd rather die than live in eternal hell, being next to the Doctor the rest of his life. Heartless bastard. Jesus. But, still... Besides him being the only Time Lord left in existence, and the Doctor being the last one of his own kind. Oh, Doctor, you should have thought this plan more through. Still, I don't think that he did not care. He wasn't being like a heartless bastard. And yes, the Doctor does have a huge temper on him, because basically, I don't know why, but he just doesn't like to be taunted or basically told all these mean things. And there's this word that's called triggered. I don't know if British people use that word, but the Doctor was basically so-called, in quote-unquote, triggered. Sorry guys, I almost said Twitter. But yeah, Doctor was basically, he gets triggered basically easily. Just takes one little thing and it takes somebody off. Well, you can take anybody off, basically. If you just say the wrong stuff, you will basically push them over the edge, and that will make them want to literally tear your throat out. But Time Lords, I guess, have a large temper on them. They crave power. And we find out that the Time Lords were kind of crave more power to be immortal for really more immortal than you are now. Are you serious? That's the worst plan in history. You're already immortal. You get 13 lives. We only get 1 life. That ain't fair. That's more, that you don't get more immortal than that. Unless you want to live like Wonder Woman forever as a young woman. Okay, I think that's what they basically meant. To be free of their bodies? What? Time Lords, Time Lords, Time Lords. I'll never understand these people. But besides Time Lords actually being told douchebags, and I know whether the Doctor actually burned them alive, They kind of deserved it. They were being assholes, but they're stuck in a time loop of death. That would be a living hell, literally. So, yeah, you guys, not much to talk about for basically anything the Doctor has to say, or anything about the Doctor. But there's actually one more thing I want to talk about that I want to talk about this whole time. There's actually two more things, actually, guys. The Doctor's secrets and the 13th Doctor. So, okay, we don't know much about the Doctor's secrets. We know for a fact that the Doctor actually has tons of secrets out there. Like, we find out a few of them, like Trenzalore, where he's buried and all that stuff, and his name. Like, I don't really hear his name really clearly, but I think it was something that had to do with who, hey, something like that. So, hence the title of the TV show, Doctor Who. Then again, I'm thinking about making my own Time Lord outfit, my own science screwdriver. Pick and go, guys. I think I should make both of them. So tell me what you guys think about me making a Time Lord outfit. Okay? Leave thoughts down in the comment section and tell me what you think, who your favorite Doctor is. But let's talk about the secrets of the Doctor. The Doctor never tells the secrets to anybody. The only person I can think of that he tells the secrets to is Clara and River Song. But he doesn't really discuss it with anybody. And you know how people know that all of his companions and friends and loved ones, even River Song, you know how you can tell if it always asks this question if the Doctor expresses secrets to almost anybody who he deems perfect enough to actually discuss his secrets with. They all ask him one question: what is his name? Pray tell. No, it's just, what is his name? And nobody can answer that question, because if the Doctor tells you all of his, basically they're saying, if the Doctor tells you all of his secrets, answer this one question: what is his name? That's one of his secrets, his name. And he never expressed his name, but we do find out his name in the end, during the 11th Doctor's last episode. Yeah. So we do find out his name. We do find out where he's buried. That's only two secrets that we actually find out. But what are the Doctor's other secrets? Like, does he have any other secrets to discuss? Does he have a secret world out there? Does he have something that we'll never discuss about? A past lover, something, a friend who died? What kind of secrets does he have? But I guess we'll never find out his other secrets. But there's only one thing I wanted to find out. Why? Why is his name such a big secret? Is it going to cause the Big Bang again? Well, we find out that if anybody says his name, that silence will fall when the question is asked, and that when his name, Doctor Who, guys? Yeah, that's going to be my question of the day. Doctor Who. Who is the Doctor? We don't know who the Doctor is. Like, he always says in every regeneration that I can think of, I don't know who I am right now. Like, all that stuff. Like, he always says that. And there's always a lot of things the Doctor actually says. He actually says a lot of things. Like, I don't know who I am right now. Like, who am I? I don't know who I am right now. And he actually does say, oh, you redecorated. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, you never do. Ha ha. Huh. Yeah, the Doctor, he never does like redecoration. Even when the TARDIS redecorating. How did that even happen? He just burst out in flames like that, and immediately the TARDIS started falling apart. And burning. Falling to Earth. That's strange on so many levels. New Regeneration energy was so powerful. I wonder where I can get some of that. But I bet it doesn't exist. So, yeah. But also, there's one little thing I want to talk about. It's the catchphrases. Like, he always says these weird catchphrases. Here are the 4 ones that I can think of from all 9 through 12 Doctors. There's the 9th Doctor says, fantastic. The 10th Doctor who says, allons-y, which means let's go in French, okay? And there's the 11th Doctor says Geronimo, which, if you don't know, if you've ever jumped into a pool, why do you think people say Geronimo? Because they're jumping in. they're ready to go. It also means let's go, and it means ready to go. That they're just gonna jump in. Okay, why do people say that at the pool? And then I think the 12th Doctor says "dude," which is already a real catchphrase for everybody. I even say it all the time. So yeah, let's not much talk about the Doctor's secrets. Really, he says a lot of weird things, and yes, he's probably the biggest douche ever to walk the earth because he's totally a total vain and cruel person. Yes, at times, but he can also be very nice. He's nice to people, yes, and he's always helpful, wanting to protect the world, saving people from dying, and try his best to save his companions as much as he can, even if it is not in his power to save them all the time, which probably isn't, because I think that Amy and Roy were the first companion death of the 21st century version of Doctor Who. So yeah. Besides the Doctor's secrets, really, I could say that for one reason only, that the catchphrases just suck. And that really shouldn't, he could really say them all the time he wants. Like, everybody says dude. Some people do say dude and all that stuff. And really, I think that the Doctor could really do a little bit better than what he's done now. But, besides having his secrets around, he never tells anybody his secrets. The only person I can think of who knows as much of his secrets as possible is River Song. That's no shocker to me at all. Really. But if you all didn't know about the catchphrases, really, I really think that the catchphrases were really, really good. And some of them actually would have done much better. But if you all think that, maybe, just maybe, you could dial it down for the catchphrases, I think that would be cool. But also, there's also one more thing I want to talk about, guys. That's the 13th Doctor. From what I can see from all the pictures and on Twitter, it's that the 13th Doctor is gonna be a female. So, and they actually proved this in, I think, a few clips I saw from Peter Capaldi's, that the Time Lords can transform into women. But yeah, even though they can transform into women, they're just not doing this since there's like 13 men out of all Doctor Who history. There's actually now one female Doctor. What I actually think about the 13th Doctor, I think she'll be good. If you all haven't seen her outfit, she's kind of mixed with the 11th and 10th Doctor. The 10th Doctor, for one, because the coat, it looks just like the one he wore for almost the entirety of all of the seasons he was around. For the 11th Doctor, the overalls and the shoes, you can tell that she's matched up with 10 and 11's outfits somewhat. Yeah, kind of looks like a freaking German kid. Not that I'm judging. All you Germans out there, I don't mind you guys. So yeah. But most of all, if you all think the Doctor was a total douchebag sometimes, because technically he kind of was sometimes to people, and he was a bit rude. He does have a temper on his hands that he never ever seems to let go. Ever. And besides, it's not only, and I like Doctor Who. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love Doctor Who. And not just because I'm a fan of the fangirl favorites, aka the 10th and 11th Doctor. Now, I'm not just saying that because I love both my 10 and 11 Doctor, but because I actually think the show is interesting and it's fun with all those amazing adventures traveling through space and time. Heck, if I had a TARDIS, I'd travel all around the universe, seeking new worlds to explore. And technically, the Doctor could have been hiding anything. You never know. He's got tons of secrets out there, and he's not the first one to actually think he knows everything in the world. Yeah, he's kind of mean sometimes, kind of vain, kind of cares more about himself, only thinking about himself. But technically, the Doctor I don't have a problem with the Doctor. But I guess that means that he's just himself. But even if he is himself, he always says the weirdest things. And I'm kind of glad that the Day of the Doctor actually mashed both of them up together. And that they all had this amazing life together. But, yeah, you guys. What do you all think about the Doctor in general? Do you think he's a nice... Yeah, he's a nice guy. And yes, he does have a keen sense of humor. He's very funny, he's very kind, but he also has that very, very, very hard temper on him. And as for his companions, in general, I think he could do without the females, because females get attracted to men easily, either with or without a boyfriend. Why do you think Rose dumped her last boyfriend for him? That's the whole point, you guys. And what would you do if you had a TARDIS? If you all had a TARDIS out there, all you people who loved the Doctor Who TARDIS, what would you do if you had a TARDIS? Well, I'll tell you guys one thing. If I had a TARDIS, I would use it to go back in time to when I was a kid. Reverse everything, the mistake I have ever made, and actually make my life a little bit right. See? See, that's what time travel is for. But then again, if we had time travel, then the world would be totally messed up. And yeah, let's just hope that when I die, hopefully that by the time I'm dead, time travel is never invented. Then again, time travel is dangerous, guys. So, it's too dangerous to take the risk, because who knows? You could kill the president of the United States. You could kill somebody important in history. And that's the whole point. Like, Back to the Future actually confirmed all this for us, and so did Doctor Who, even though they don't really care about wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. See what I did there, guys? And, actually, if you ever watched Doctor Who or Back to the Future, you know, do not ever change the past. It will change things in the present. And that's something you don't want. Who knows? You could end up saving Hitler. You could end up freaking starting World War III. You could do something that could basically impact the future of the human race. You could nuke us, and I could never have been born. I would have been okay with that. No, not that I'm saying that I wished I was never born, but that's for me to worry about, guys. But what do you all think? Do you think that maybe the Doctor is a cruel, vain man who doesn't deserve happiness at all? Because he loses his companions a lot. Then again, half of them didn't leave him. But what do you guys think of his clothes, his sonic screwdriver, the TARDIS? And tell me what you guys think. Do you think the Doctor's a vain man? Or do you think he's kind of kind? He's really nice sometimes, and he's sometimes charismatic? Or is he this very vain, cruel man who just cares about himself? Because if you all seen any episode of Doctor Who, you all would know that he probably cares someone about himself more than he cares about anybody else. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to show you guys a slideshow of all the picks I picked out from Doctor Who. Basically, I just gotta say one more thing, guys. My favorite Doctors in general, not because of what everyone's been saying on the internet, I love 10 and 11 as my favorite Doctors, but 11's mostly my favorite because I mostly have him on my wall more than any Doctor ever, and mostly because I couldn't find number 10 any poster like that. If you guys have any posters that you all can find on any internet source for me to find for the 10th Doctor so I can put them on my wall, just link it down for me in the comment section below or in live chat. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about Doctor Who or any questions about my theories, just leave it down in the comment section below. And that's all for you guys. So and also I recommend watching ERB's Epic Rap Battles of History, guys. I recommend watching their video on Doctor Who versus Doc Brown. Basically, it's Doctor Who, yes, versus Doc Brown. And I think Doc Brown's from Back to the Future, because from what I can see in the outfit, I think it's Marty McFly. So, yeah. Oh, and one more thing, guys. The only problem I have with Back to the Future is that, one, I've never watched it, but I can watch a few clips from it, and that, yeah, the flying car thing, I have my own version of my own TV show, basically, mixed in with Doctor Who as well. But I can't tell you guys that, because, I don't know, I'm trying not to get, like, people stealing my ideas. So, yeah. The only thing I don't like is the flying car part. Like, I think there's been another movie about time travel. I think it was Meet the Robinsons. But, yeah. I just want to say, guys, I love this TV show. And I've been wanting to do a theory about it for years. So, yeah, I hope you guys like this video. And subscribe to my channel if you want to see more theories. I will probably do a DC versus Marvel theory eventually. And after that, you guys, yeah, I'm probably just, after that, I'm going to make some more videos. But I'll be on break soon. So, after next week, I'll be on break. And for Thanksgiving. So, I will be doing more videos then. And you guys, most of all, tell me who your favorite companion was and your favorite doctor. And also, if you all want, you can go to this All Posters site and you can buy like all his Doctor Who merchandise. You can also go to Amazon and eBay, but I recommend going to either All Posters or eBay. Or Amazon. I mean Amazon, guys. So yeah, and tell me, would you ever, well, if you were in the TARDIS, what would you do? But most of all, guys, I just want to say thank you all for like supporting my videos and liking them. I'm glad you like my videos and my theories. Like everyone kept saying, no, the videos are not up to date, that they're terrible. But I hope you guys like my video, and yeah, I hope you all enjoy it. So most of all, guys, just tell me what you think, and most of all, I just want to say that if you all love Doctor Who so much, then you all can go watch it. I recommend watching it as soon as possible. So, yeah, guys. So, I hope you all enjoy my video. And if you want to see more, if you want me to tell me another Doctor Who theory, just let me hear your comments in the comment section below, and I will read your comments eventually. If you all want to, like me to do some DC, Marvel, or Pride and Prejudice Zombies, or anything like that, I'll maybe do even origin stories that actually relate to other from DC. Yeah, you guys, I'm gonna do like probably a video about how DC and Marvel Universe's origin stories relate to other films. So yeah, guys, and if you all want, go to these. I recommend these people: Serum, Lois Lane, and Markiplier, and even Gamer's Little Playground. So if you want, go watch their Injustice video game, because that one is amazing. And I might do like this video about, is Damien Dick Wayne? I know what you all are gonna think. You're probably gonna laugh. But yes. Is Damien and Dick the same person? Are both of them Bruce Wayne's sons? So I'm gonna probably do a video about that, guys. But this has been my Doctor Who theory, guys, and I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, like if you think I missed something in the theories that I had, or you have theories of your own, leave them down in the comment section below, guys. And I will get back to you. So I'm going to show this slideshow, and I hope you all enjoy it. So yeah, but while the slideshow is going right now, guys, if you all can see the slideshow, then I hope you guys like it. So yeah. Besides that, while the slideshow is going, also one more thing I want to talk about, guys. What do you think of my theories? Do you think that maybe it's the real thing? Maybe it actually happened? Do you think that maybe, just maybe, I could prank a friend of mine and make them think I'm the Doctor? But even though I can't fool myself as the Doctor, do you guys actually think that Doctor Who is real? That he could be real? And do you all think, who's your favorite Doctor? Because I have my favorite from the wallpaper. If you all could see the wallpaper, then you all would know that the 11th Doctor is my favorite. So yeah, I don't really have a problem with the Doctor Who TV series. So yeah. And what do you think about me doing like a Doctor Who themed wedding for someday, guys? Because that would be amazing, right? But that's you guys' own opinion. So I hope that you all liked my video, and tell me who your favorite Doctor is down in the comment section below. And if you think that you would like your own planet screwdriver, because if I have one more thing to talk about, guys, it's that the 11th Doctor sonic screwdriver looks just like a screwdriver at the bottom, but different on the top. It looks just like it probably should in the Doctor Who universe. So yeah, guys, that's all I have to talk about today. So that's all I have to talk about today, guys. So I hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe on my channel if you want to see more videos about theories. I'll probably do another one of this Doctor Who stuff as soon as the 13th Doctor comes in. I'll also be doing a 50 Shades of Grey theory and how things could have gone better in those movies. So yeah, guys, that's all I have to talk about today. So I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, guys, this has been Sarah from Sarah's Theories, and I'll see you guys